This event gets an automatic 4 sins for being a 4-hour show. The idea of the big 4 pay-per-views being 4 hours each, well, with the exception of WrestleMania, which was 5 hours, is one of the most stupid decisions WWE has ever made. And it doesn't get any better. This event gets another added sin because it was billed as a 4-hour show and they couldn't even have it last that long. The time length was 3 hours, 20 minutes, so this event was basically a 3-hour show that went into overtime, which is another thing WWE has had a habit of making pay-per-views do nowadays. And another thing, the way WWE had set up this event, Survivor Series 2016 is actually the returning Bragging Rights pay-per-view in disguise.
And Hulu present.
Oh, fuck you. Is it just because I was there? Damn it, forgot to bring the darts with me. I'm giving a sin to myself here. I was also given a hugger section sign and then tore it up when Bailey arrived. Why is this counting as a sin to this event? Because I'm in charge, finally.
Ponte Beach, Florida.
So, Alicia Fox is from Cat, Florida? Cat, Florida? Are you calling Alicia a cat here? I mean, I don't blame you, but where's Cat, Florida located? Previously on WWE. Man, Naomi wasn't wearing a lot of glow tonight. Damn it. Also, why does the damn camera always view Naomi from a far distance almost every time she begins her entrance? It's annoying.
A nearly 10-year veteran here in WWE, Alicia Fox.
And in that 10 years, she only had one small, easily forgettable title reign. While Alicia is a veteran, that is just sad. What a devastating drop kick to the air.
Tag is made.
The tag was made off screen too, might I add.
There to coexist here, guys. Oh, no.
Dissension and team cliche.
Stable, but she can also be crazy. Yeah!
Here's one thing I don't understand about these tag team elimination matches. When one of the competitors gets hit by an obvious finishing maneuver, why doesn't their teammates help them by breaking up the pinfall? Instead, they just stand on the apron like they don't even give a shit.
Carmella has been eliminated.
No shit.
Fox!
Eliminations occurring quickly one after the other cliche. Just like in NXT, I'm given a perfect 10 amount of sins because of the crowd constantly chanting Ty Dillinger's 10 phrase during countouts. Like seriously, almost every countout I had no idea what the referee was up to because the crowd wouldn't stop saying 10. What makes this even worse is Ty isn't even here tonight. I don't care if they are huge fans of Ty. Continuously saying 10 for countouts and pinfalls is 100% unnecessary and annoying.
Trying to work as a cohesive unit.
Ha, you both failed.
Lost Queen! No!
Funny how Charlotte was kicking out anyway, making Bailey look like she jumped in for nothing. We're 15 minutes into this match and all of a sudden we're having stare downs. Just fight already!
I just finished big. Oh.
I don't know why, but I'm going to assault you. Also, post-match assault. Also, this still somehow doesn't get Charlotte out of wrestling Sasha Banks and constantly losing and winning back the women's title in their game of hot potato.
Cinderella story.
Cinderella story. Lamest thing I have ever heard. Also, chin jokes. We get it. James doesn't seem to have a chin. Nobody gives a shit.
You're a real nerd.
Bullying.
Why are you picking on a little guy?
Mick Foley is defending an enemy. If anything, he should be happy for the club's mind games as a way to destroy SmackDown later in the night.
Mr. Foley,
Yeah.
I've been a fan of you my whole...
Skip!
17,143.
Commentators announce the number of fans in attendance as if we gave a shit cliche. What up with the commentator swaps? I was totally fine with who we originally had.
He is our representative for SmackDown, so I have to pull for him.
You're not supposed to be cheering for anyone anyway, David, or kissing their ass like you do with all the good guys for some insane reason.
Survivor Series is brought to you by...
Skip! Ladies and gentlemen, it has been resurrected, but only in situations like this when it's intentional. And that sin is the one and only copyright infringement!
The most athletic guy.
Or just depending on his wife to cheat.
Just like in NXT, the crowd chants 10 for every countout and boos when the wrestlers are back in the ring. I guess they secretly wanted this match to end in a countout. These fans obviously failed their math classes. Go your nose! I don't know why, but look at the crowd for a moment.
Pathetic.
Butt hurt Corey.
Listen.
The camera cut before anything important could be said, like a cliffhanger ending to a movie.
Timmy Hortons.
Pronouncing Tim Hortons like Timmy Hortons is not cool. It's stupid.
You better be on your Torontos, babe.
Wah wah. I just now realized that the New Day isn't throwing boxes of bootios into the crowd. Is it because they knew I was there and would send them for possibly killing another family? Or is it just because bootios don't sell in Canada? Which is 100% bullshit, might I add. It's Fandango, not Fandango. Also Breezango's police outfits. Wasting time with tickets.
That's got to be some sort of record.
Corey Graves obviously never saw CM Punk eliminate William Regal in about 10 seconds at Survivor Series 8 years previous.
From the top turnbuckle!
Alright, I admit, that was extremely impressive. Double the center movers.
3-3.
I don't know why, but let's create the most random all members of each team enter the ring for a breakdown situations ever.
Tag team champions, Beauty and the Man Beast.
Normally, when situations like this get out of hand, the referee rings the bell like he's supposed to. Whereas tonight we are saying fuck you to the rules.
American of Gable loves.
Either Jason or Chad are dicks to their own teammates because only Heath got hit by Chad, whereas everyone else fell over just for the fun of it. Considering Luke was that close to the ropes, either he could have reached back and grabbed the ropes, or Cass could have simply just reached in and broke up the pinfall. Sucks when Survivor Series teams don't save their partners.
Struggling.
Jay was already falling before Cesaro even connected with the crossbody. Handshake fake out. So not only does the ropes change and the ring canvas gets tattooed, but even the graphics on the stage change. This event is still called Survivor Series, not WWE Cruiserweight. Who gives a shit about Hulu, even if it's the sponsor for tonight's Survivor Series event? This referee telling Bryan and Kalisto to shake hands when they're already shaking hands.
Oh!
Bryan failed to flip through that Hurricane Rana properly.
No!
Despite Kalisto obviously getting the worst of that as he landed on his chest and face, I'll still remove 3 sins for that amazing move.
Vicious assault by...
Attempted mask ripping.
Winner by disqualification, Brian Kendrick.
Then this proves that since Bryan was declared the winner of this match via disqualification, SmackDown did not defeat Raw in the best 3 out of 5 series. Before the big 5-on-5 Survivor Series match begins, Raw already won the battle for bragging rights against SmackDown, so it kinda makes the next match seem a little awkward. Skip the damn pre-show panel! Honestly, now would have been the best time for Daniel to start shouting no. WWE ran out of pay-per-view ideas.
Survivor Series coming to Houston.
The Toronto crowd is addicted to Houston. Then again, when did Canada ever root for America when it came to locations of WWE? Why isn't Shane wearing a SmackDown shirt? Isn't he the commissioner and the most confident member of the team?
The eater of words.
JBL, Bray Wyatt's the eater of worlds, not words. That last bit of pyro went off because randomness. The ring announcer decided to start announcing the competitors when 4 or 5 members of a team have already made their way to the ring. You're supposed to start at the beginning.
Survivor Series is presented by Hulu.
Fuck you! What do we got here? This shirt says Rathrakenlins. That is one of the weirdest shirt quotes I have ever seen. Instead of wearing a Raw shirt, Roman decides that wearing what looks like a Raw towel on his belt is the best way to represent your team. Dick measuring contest between Kevin and AJ, or in this case, AJ showing off the WWE Championship and Kevin showing off the title's ugly cousin.
How important it was for brand supremacy and bragging rights.
I know, I missed that pay-per-view too. Then again, this event is pretty much bragging rights, so it's somewhat of an unofficial resurrection. Whoever's in charge of the graphics on the stage, the Survivor Series logo is blurry.
In the category of the greatest of all time.
Chris Jericho is a jackass. He threw away his Raw shirt. Chris tagged in Seth with both hands, so does that mean that Seth was legal and that he's not? One of the reasons this match is literally 53 minutes long is because the first 10 minutes of this match is each wrestler slowly coming in, having a stare down, wrestling a little bit, have another stare down, tagging the next wrestler, and repeat. If this match was full of non-stop action all through those 53 minutes, that would be epic. But the first 10 minutes is wasting time. Dean was watching Chris the whole time and could have countered at any moment. Bad stares.
The Battle of the Bulge. And I'm not talking about Kevin Owens' stomach here.
Will you stop calling Kevin Owens fat?
Flying lunatic.
Dean missed Kevin completely and likely delivered the suicide dive because he was depressed. Braun tagged himself in, but the referee never saw it considering there's a breakdown about to occur. So if Braun is allowed to be the legal man now, it's only because the referee has no idea who the legal men are after what's about to happen. Also, the referee just allows all 10 guys to be in the ring rather than doing his job.
Top rope, Kevin Owens.
Awesome! Double sin remover.
That's why he's the WWE Universal Champion.
No, he's only champion because of Triple H, 100%. Whee!
No, come on!
Brawl from teammates. The referee is not even trying to get Randy Orton out of the ring when he's illegally in the ring. Same thing with Bray Wyatt. How is he not fired?
And now Randy Orton! Oh!
Ah, the table didn't break.
Bray Wyatt cleared
Well, thanks for covering me in water, Randy.
by Wyatt Norton. Except
The referee is not counting out Braun. Jesus, a lot of these sins are directed to the referee for not doing his job. Good God. Sure, why not?
and the official now has begun a count.
After 3 minutes of the legal men being outside the ring.
9 for Strowman. Strowman, it was Ellsworth.
Elimination due to outside interference is always a sin.
Get up, Roadrunner, run. Oh my God,
From the speed Braun was running, James could have easily just gotten up and continued running and still be far away from Braun.
Oh my God.
James got what he deserved for his interference. I don't care how many people like him. I despise him for the interference.
About this forever if it pins.
Copyright infringement.
Oh, you think Daniel Bryan's having Chris Jericho's?
Guess Shane didn't want to drink it in, man.
Can you even see through that stupid hair?
Can you even see through that stupid hair?
Kevin Owens with a list of Jericho.
Yes, indeed, you saw that. The list of Jericho ultimately became the downfall for Kevin Owens at Survivor Series.
Owens, you gotta get out of the ring. You're not the legal man.
Eliminated.
Disqualification.
It's a high pressure.
The crowd chanting bullshit for Kevin being eliminated. Kevin's elimination is not bullshit, considering he used the weapon in a match. It was his own fault, so the fans should be pissed at Kevin, not the referee.
Both eliminated by a list.
I know, right? It's as stupid as it sounds.
I'll take Reigns and Rollins as my sole survivors anytime. You have to. They're all you got left.
JBL would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion. Randy grabbing Seth's ass. I love the Coast to Coast as much as everyone else, though it just doesn't feel the same when there's no trash can in the opponent's face. I mean, of course, Shane would get disqualified if he did that, though in some ways I doubt it, considering this referee hadn't seemed to give a shit about the rules throughout 90% of this match.
Shane going across the...
Well, holy fuck! That may have been the highlight of this match. Unfortunately, there are some sins to it, too. First off, it looked more like Roman countered the Coast to Coast for a spear, which Shane countered into a DDT. Another sin is Roman landed splat on his head full force, yet it's Shane that ends up getting eliminated due to injury. And look at this shot right here. The way Roman's grabbing onto the rope, it makes it obvious that he's going to counter the Coast to Coast into a spear. His position is so obvious that even Stevie Wonder could figure it out. And finally, Shane takes a spear from Roman and he's eliminated, yet he jumped 30 feet in the air almost to his death at WrestleMania and was able to continue the match. Shane's not eliminated, you stupid idiot. His shoulder was up and the referee stopped counting. I absolutely love what Randy does here, breaking character to console Shane's kids after that horrifying sight they saw involving their father. This is why Randy is a good sport no matter what he's doing.
1,000. Seth Rollins tops my list.
The crowd chanting Roman's sleeping, and they just answered the sin. Wake the fuck up, Roman! Roman Reigns is racist. He wants to destroy the Spanish announce table because he doesn't like Spanish commentators. Since Dean is no longer in the match, this should mean that Seth, the legal man on Team Raw, should be disqualified as this is outside interference. It was right in full view of the referee's eyes and he didn't call for the disqualification in a match that has disqualifications and countouts.
Yes, because they know.
Holy shit, was that a curb stop? If so, in your face, Vince! Why not? I'll remove 5 sins for the brief reunion of the Shield, one of the best moments of the night. Almost 2 minutes of Bray and Randy stalking the ring, likely another reason why this match was 53 minutes long.
Hey! Luke Harper!
How the fuck was Luke underneath the ring this whole time? Not once did I ever see him head toward the ring to hide under it, and not once did the lights go out to signal Luke's arrival.
Bray Wyatt now going after Rollins.
At this point, not even the referee gives a shit about the rules anymore.
Back and wait.
Ow, my hands! What? JBL? Team SmackDown won this match, not Raw. If you're referring to Raw winning the battle for bragging rights, then you're correct. But SmackDown won this match. Also, only 10 sins will be removed for this 53-minute long match. Not because of the length, I have no problem with that, but because there was a series of poor officiating by the referee and so many of these sins. If there wasn't any of that, or if this Survivor Series match was under no disqualification rules, then I would have removed about 30 sins for this match. Sorry, but like I said in the NXT Toronto sin video, rules matter, so only 10 sins have been removed. I'm embarrassed to say this, but after all the carnage we witnessed in the previous match, I had completely forgotten until this point that Goldberg was still yet to face Brock Lesnar. This sin is given mainly to myself rather than the event, but it's still in. That one awkward moment when you realize that Goldberg's walk to the ring from his locker room was longer than the match he was in.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
That one awkward moment when you realize that the introductions and stare down is longer than the match about to occur. Hey guys, remember when you said you wanted to see the rematch of one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time? Happy now? There is so much wrong with this. We had to wait 3 hours for this big mega match, and that's what we get. This is also the second 4-hour pay-per-view in a row where the main event is short and disappointing. If you told me beforehand that this sequel was going to be worse than the first encounter, I wouldn't think that'd be possible. I stand corrected now. The big unstoppable Brock Lesnar, the one who killed the fucking streak of The Undertaker, went down easily just like that. I have no problem with him losing, it's the fact that he went down like a bitch. As for the final amount of sins added to this match, how about one sin to every second this pathetic match existed? Grand total, 86 sins.
Goldberg said he had one last jackhammer.
And he used that one last jackhammer on Rusev. Goldberg's son is crying, likely because he, like all of us, expected a great match from his dad and got ripped off instead.